Ram Sri Krishna.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram Ram Ram
हरे कृष्ण
Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram Ram Ram
हरे कृष्ण
Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Shara 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Shara Shara Hare Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Shara Shara Hare Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Shara Shara Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Ram 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 Shara 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 Hare Shara Shara Hare Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Ram Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Shara Shara Hare Ram 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 Shara 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 Hare Shara 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 Ram Shara Shara Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Shara Shara Hare Ram Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram Hare 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 Shara Shara Hare Ram Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram Hare 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 Shara Shara Hare Ram Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram Shara 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram
Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Ram
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Ram
Hare Ram Ram
Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Shara
Hare
Shara
Ram,
Shara Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Shara 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 Ram Ram Hare Shara 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 Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Ram Ram Hare Shara 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 Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Shara
Krishna, Hare
Shara
Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Shara
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare
Shara
Hare
Shara
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
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 Shara 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 Mama Shara 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 Mama Shara 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 Mama Hare Shara 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 Ram 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 Hare Shara 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 Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Shara
Ram,
Shara
Hare
Shara Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare Shara
Hare
Shara
Krishna, Hare
Shara
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Shara 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 Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Shara 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 Ram 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Shara 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Shara 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Shara 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Shara Shara Ram 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 Hare
Jai Shri
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Shara Shara Ram 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 Hare Shara Shara Ram 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 Hare Hare Shara Shara Ram Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Shara Shara Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Shara Shara
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram,
Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Shara
Krishna,
Shara
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Shara
Hare
Ram Hare Shara Shara Ram 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 Hare Shara Shara
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare.
Mukund Prabhu. Go ahead.
Hi.
Hare Krishna,
हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय।
जय
शिल प्रभुपाद की
जय
थैंक यू प्रभु जी।
जय
कीर्तन की जय।
जय जय
Thank you very much for joining this regular Friday satsang. So we'll start with our Mangalacharan. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Nama Narayanam Namaskritya.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Jayamudirayet
Tato Jayamudiraet.
Jnanatimiraandasya
Om Agyanatimirandasya.
Jnananjana Shalakaya
Jnananjana Salakaya.
Chakshurunmilitam Yena
Chakshursu Militam Yena.
Shri Gurave Namaha
Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha.
Chaitanya Manobhishtam
Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam
Stapitam Yena Bhutale
Stapitam Yena Bhutale
Rupa Kadamahyam
Swayam Rupam Kadamahyam
Dati Swapadantikam
Dadati Swapadantikam.
Krishna Karuna Sindhu
He Krishna Karuna Sindhu
Bandho Jagatpate
Dinabandhu Jagatpate
Gopesha Gopika Kanta
Gopesa Gopika Kanta
Adakanta Namostute
Radha Kanta Namastute
Kanchana Gaurangi
Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi
Vrindavaneshwari
Radhe Vrindavaneshwari
Manusute Devi
Vrisvano Sute Devi
Nami Haripriye
Pranamami Hari Priye
Panchakalpatarubhyascha
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha
Sindhubhyayevascha
Kripa Sindhubhye Vacha
Tanam Pavanebhyo
Patitanam Pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah
Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda
Prabhu Nityananda
Advaita Gadadhara
Sri Advaita Gadadhara
Vasudhi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Hare,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Rama
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 Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Vishnupadaya
Nam Vishnu Padaya
Krishna Prestaya Bhutale
Krishna
Krishna
Prasthaya
Prasaya
Bhutale
Bhutale
Prasthaya Bhutale,
Vedanta
Srimate Bhakti
Bhakti
Vedanta
Vedanta
Niti Namine.
Swami Niti
Swami Niti
Namine
Namine
Namaste Saraswate Deve.
Namaste Saraswate
Saraswate
Deve
Devi
Gauravani Pracharane.
Gauravani
Gauravani
Pracharine
Pracharine
Vishesha Shunyavadi.
Nirvisesa Sunyavadi
Deshatarane.
Paschatya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya.
Krishnaya
Krishnaya
Vasudevaya
Vasudevaya
Devaki Nandanaya cha.
Devaki
Devaki
Nandanaya
Nandanaya
Nandagopa Kumaraya.
Nanda Gopa Kumaraya
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Gopindaya Namo
Gopindaya Namo
Namaha
Namaha
Namo Pankajanaಭಾಯ.
Namo
Namo
Pankajanathaya
Pankajanaಭaya
Namo Pankajamaline.
Namo Pankajamaline
Maline
Netraya.
Namo Pankajanetraya
Namaste Pankajangre.
Namaste Pankajangre
Muktam karoti vachalam.
Mukam Karoti
Muktam
Vachalam
Karoti Vachalam
Yate girim.
Pangum Langayate Girim
Yat kripatamaham vande.
Yatkripatamaham Vande
Gurun dinataranam.
Dinadaranam
Nadanam
Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki.
Jai
Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
So, thank you again, all joining. And today we see Priyanka Mataji also. Thank you, Mataji, for
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, everyone.
Savanti Mataji joining. Thank you. And Rati Priya Mataji. Thank you very much. So, we'll start with the
volume is so low kada.
about last week's session, what we discussed. So, can anyone let me pick? Rati Priya Mataji,
Yes, Prabhu.
can you quickly recall with few points of what we discussed last week?
Some of what I remember with my very poor memory these days is that one is the the mainly which was relevant to me, the question that I had asked about motherhood. I remember you telling that about the affection part, like kids have to be given so much love and affection that they become good devotees rather than attachment. I remember that part. And that the other points, I can't remember so much, Prabhu. My memory is becoming really bad these days. So sorry. I just remember what was relevant to me, and I just kept remembering it throughout the week, and that's why it just came to my mind now. But other points, I'm so sorry, I'm not able to recollect.
No problem, Mataji. That is quite common. So, how about Kirtida?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Sorry Prabhu, I don't recollect much.
Okay, no problem. And how about Ram Prabhu?
Yeah, Prabhuji, so you said the meaning of the name Krishna. So Kris plus Na. So Krishna, Kris is all attractive. Na, which stops the cycle of birth and death. So and different other meanings, many meanings are there. Krishna is possesses all the opulences in unlimited form. So that part. And then moving back to you talked about the Chanakya Pandit said to curb so important things like Moha, Roga, Loga, and Lona, and the fire. So those has to be curbed, those has to be avoided, those has to be given up, and otherwise it causes lots of problems, miseries, and anukulena sankalpa and pratikulena swavarjita. So so that part. So those who are particular for the devotional service, that had to be virgin. And those who are anukul in that devotional service, spiritual progress, and help in connecting Krishna keeping in center. So that had to be followed up. So yeah, Prabhuji, pretty much I remember this one.
Nice.
Prabhu, also about chanting, you were also speaking a lot about chanting. You were emphasizing on chanting 16 rounds every day and increasing, we were all committing to, I didn't commit, but, I was thinking in my mind of, increasing, you were saying that we should increase our rounds and, about Haridas Thakur's appearance day and all that.
Yeah, very nice. Actually, many of our congregation people, they have done additional many rounds of chanting, and thank you very much. Many have done 64 rounds also. That's amazing, really.
Excellent.
So I sent most of our names to Yugal Kishore Prabhu, and he was very happy. And then he thanked all of us. So I would like to pass his thanks to all of you who have done wonderful. So that's very nice, especially on the day of Haridas Thakur's Namacharya, and to commemorate that, so we all chanted. Most of them chanted 64 rounds. That's wonderful. Thank you very much. And what else? Anybody else wants to share? Saujanya Mata, you want to share something?
Yes, Prabhuji. Just to put it in a summary of what Rathapriya Mataji said and Ram Prabhu said, we were doing the verse 131, and mainly that verse is just small 2 lines. Arjuna says, I do not see how any good can come from killing my own kinsmen in this battle, nor can I, my dear Krishna, desire any subsequent victory, kingdom, or happiness. So last class was like the way you split this thing, like why is Arjuna saying that I did not see how any good can come from killing my own kinsmen? That's where you mentioned about attachment, and which Rathapriya Mataji covered. Because of attachment only, now his mind has changed. Otherwise, prior to that, he just mentioned few verses, a few texts before, saying that bring the chariot in the center and show me all those evil-minded enemies. At that time, he was very eager to fight, but then gradually, suddenly he felt that bodily consciousness, oh, they're all my own people. And now because of that attachment, Arjuna's mind got disturbed, and then his decision also changed. So you did mention that only when we have attachment, our decision changes, and that is when we should go to higher authorities. And here, Krishna is the higher authority for Arjuna. And why he is that higher authority? And no, actually, like why he said, my dear Krishna, because only those who are very close to Krishna, they speak. And you explained like how Ram Prabhu said there's 5 different meanings. And in this context, he's asking Krishna, mainly saying, cleanse my thought and make me realize why. And then why, that key word is important, because whenever, otherwise Krishna must have said, Arjuna, just fight. So he'll follow his order. But Krishna wanted him to understand why he has to fight. And that's why the whole Bhagavad Gita, it's not, though it looked like it's directly meant for Arjuna, but it's indirectly, it's for all of us. So that's where Arjuna reached out to higher authorities like Krishna. And then that too, he's calling him by Krishna. And the last part, he says, I do not desire any subsequent victory or kingdom or happiness. So the way you explained is any of us, whatever we get in life, only when we share, you feel happy about it. So in this case, Arjuna is thinking, if we win and if everyone dies, with whom do we share this victory? And that's mainly he's thinking that because he's again attached. He's thinking, oh, I won't have anyone to share with instead. And that's where it's again, everything circle back to why Arjuna's decision and thinking is changing here. And that's where, like Ram Prabhu said, Chanakya Pandit said, like, the one who is intelligent, they have to curb these 4 things. The attachment. Why it is important? Unless you get rid of the attachment, then You won't take the right decision, you won't do the right things, and then goes on and on and on. So that was the root cause why Arjuna got this thought in this shloka, is because of his attachment. And then, as Ratipriya Mataji said, anyone we can be affectionate but not attachment. If you're affectionate, you even help them to go back to Godhead, to take them back to Godhead. If you're attached, you won't even see the bad in them. Then you're not helping them and you're retaining them more in the material world. I think that's all I remember. I was just putting together what I remember said.
Very nice, Mataji. Thank you. Anybody quickly wants to add for a minute? Vatsala Mataji, you want to add anything before we proceed to the next?
Prabhu, we can be affectionate to somebody. Because of the affection, we are going to be attached to them. But we are supposed to see, minimize their faults, right? And expand their good qualities. That's how we can take them to Krishna consciousness or higher up. But we are bogged down with the same mentality, looking down, and it will be a problem, right? I know we are all getting, this is a problem for us. When we have children and husband, all the relatives, brothers, sisters, we always get pulled on to so many different things. It's not that we want to, but we have. But I think in spite of that, we have to look which is important to our spiritual progress and what Krishna wants from us. What is my eternal duty to Krishna? So
Yes.
maybe that will take us further, not really, get too much carried on by our affection towards our family, our kids, and all kinds of things.
Nice, Mataji. Actually, that's what Arjuna also says in a previous last week. Nacha Shreyonu Anupasyami. He's talking about Shreya, and we discussed what is Shreya and prayer, right? Shreya is, what is Shreya? Shreya is a long-time benefit, not immediate benefit. You may not feel. See, this devotional service, especially the devotional practices are, initially it might be like a poison, because you have to do so much rigorous austerities and all that to practice, right? This devotional sadhana. You have to get up early in the morning, chant, then do arati, then read books, then associate with same people. Don't associate with materialistic people and all. So many austerities are there. So this devotional sadhana is like a poison at the beginning, but eventually it is like a nectar. So that is what. So we want to always aim at Shreya, not Preya. Preya is immediate benefit. What will I get? Today, what will I get? Now, what will I get? I'm happy today, now. That is Preya. So that is what Arjuna last verse is saying. Nacha Shreyo Anupasyami. Shreya is talking about. So that we discussed, right? So then Krishna also is silently hearing all these things because he doesn't want to instruct, at least until now. He's just silently hearing because he wants to take that, the moha, what Arjuna has right now, deep moha, deep attachment, he wants to take that out. He can't take that out within like a span of minute or within one sloka or something. So that is why he spoke the entire Bhagavad Gita, right? 700 slokas. Because one who does any activity under understanding, without understanding, if it does any activity, okay, because of that instincts, because of the emotional aspects, if somebody does activities, then those activities will always incur karmic reaction. Now, most of the time it will incur sins, because under attachment we do two things. Under attachment we don't make good decision and we don't see faults in others. Those two side effects are there because of attachment. So under that we do a lot of sins. So that is why, so when we do any activity, even in Shastras it is described that whatever activity you do, okay, you first study about that and then understand about that, then realize about that, and then first you experience and then realization will come automatically, and then you do that activity. So then there won't be any sinful reaction or karmic reactions, right? So that is what Krishna is exactly implementing, the same philosophy. So the entire Bhagavad Gita at the end, even at the end, he says that he doesn't force Arjuna to fight. Like as I said in previous session, he could have just told Arjuna, you fight and don't give all these lame excuses, sentiments, you just fight. He could have said in one word, one sentence, and Arjuna would have fought, but he doesn't. He spoke the entire Bhagavad Gita. Even at the end, when it comes to end, he says that now I have explained you everything. It is up to you whether you want to fight or not. If you didn't understand any of my explanation, you can ask me, I can explain again right from the beginning. He says that. Okay, so we'll go through that. But so that is what the bottom line is. Whatever we do, whatever activity we do, if we don't understand it, why we are doing, if we don't understand the outcome of why we are doing, then all our activities will end up either in sinful activities or offensive activities, and then we'll get the karmic reactions of it. So that is what we don't want. Okay, so until then we discussed last week. So this week we'll do 1.32 to 35. It is all together 4 slokas. So somebody can go through this. Who else? Priyanka Mataji, are you okay in reciting the verse and we can repeat? Prajna Mataji has raised her hand. Do you have anything?
I raised my hand to say that when you just said we have to ask a question, so that if you don't know why you're doing, even in Govardhan Leela, Adhigadadhara Prabhu in one of the class, he said why Krishna goes, and though he knows everything, he goes and asks Nanda Baba, why are you doing this? So that is for us to show that you have to ask. Because I just remembered that, so I just wanted to quickly share that.
Very nice, Mataji. Always questioning. Questioning is the sign of advancement. Okay, so this, whether it is material world or spiritual topic, questioning is the sign of advancement. But that questioning should not be in the mode of attacking others or competing with others, or to show them that I am better than you. Should not be that attitude. Questioning is always in the mood of learning things from others. Okay, that is a sign of advancement. Thank you, Mataji. So let's quickly read or recite. Priyanka Mataji, you want to recite that sloka?
Prabhu, I do not have that in the phone handy.
Okay, let me share. Is it okay if I share?
Yes, please share. I would like to recite. Yes.
Yes, and you recite and we'll follow you. Okay.
Sure.
Yes. Can you see the screen?
Yes. Can I start now? There was some background noise, so
yes,
I
please start.
Okay. Kimno Ragnena Govinda.
Kimno Rajyena
Govinda.
Bho Jagairya Jivitena Va. Yesam Arthe Kankshitam No.
Yesham Arte Kamshitam No.
Rajyam Bhoga Sukhani Cha.
Rajam Bhoga Sukhani Cha.
Taime Vasthita Yudhe. Pranamas Yaktva Pranani Cha.
Pranamastyakva Dhanani Cha.
Akairya Pitara Putras.
Acharya Pitara Putras.
Tathaiva Cha Pitamaha.
Tathaiva Cha Pitamaha.
Matula Sura Pautra.
Matula Swasura Pautraha.
Syalah Sambhanadinas तथा
Chala
सम्बन्धिनस्तथा
इतन्नाहन्तुम इच्छामि
एतान् हन्तुम् इच्छामि
ज्ञातोऽपि मधुसूदन
Gnato
मधुसूदन
अपि त्रैलोक्यराज्यस्य
अपि त्रैलोक्यराज्यस्य
हेतो किं नु महाकृते
हेतो किन्नु महीयते
निहत्या कर्तारस्थात्रान्नः
Nihatya
निहत्य
का प्रीतिः स्याज जनार्दन
का प्रीतिः जनार्दन
Sorry, there were some reading mistakes by me. I apologize to
No, that's fine,
everyone.
Mati. Can you please read the translation?
Yes. 1 second. O Govinda, of what avail to us are a kingdom, happiness, or even life itself when all those for whom we may desire them are now arrayed on this battlefield? O Madhusudana, when teachers, fathers, sons, grandfathers, maternal uncles, father-in-law, grandsons, brother-in-law, and other relatives are ready to give up their lives and properties and are standing before me, why should I wish to kill them, even though they might otherwise kill me? O maintainer of all living entities, I am not prepared to fight with them even in exchange for the three worlds, let alone this earth. What pleasure will we derive from killing the sons of Dhritarashtra?
Thank you very much, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yes, these are very nice words. Actually, we saw from previous verse 1.38. So let me share you again the chart what we had discussed before. Give me a second. So you all know this chart, right? We discussed a couple of times. Okay. So here Arjuna first he went under compassion mode, right? 1.28 to 1.30 we understood he showed a lot of compassion. Okay. That these are all my own people, then why should I fight against these people? And then he says that if I kill, if all these people die in this war, what enjoyment? We discussed this last week. What enjoyment we will have, right? If nobody is there, happiness is to share. If nobody is there to share, then there is no enjoyment. So that we discussed between 1.31 and 1.35. Now he started giving reasons for sinful reactions. 1.36. That is where we are right now. 1.35. We are still under enjoyment, right? 1.31 to 1.3.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So here Arjuna again is repeating the same thing. Initially, once you remember the previous one of the slokas, he repeated that, oh, I see all my brothers, my well-wishers, and my family people, my teachers, my grandfathers, right? So he's repeating the same thing here again. Okay. So he's saying Acharya Pitaras Putras Tataiva cha Pitamaha. So he's repeating the same thing. So that means he's still under the same moha attachment mode, right? He has not changed. Actually, it has increased over the period. It has increased a lot. And here he's referring Krishna as Govinda, right? Kimno Rajyena Govinda. So Govinda again has different meanings, but in this context, he says as Govinda means go means senses who gives pleasure to these senses is called Govinda. So Govinda actually it means in Sanskrit as any word has different meanings. In Sanskrit, Govinda also has many meanings. It can be referred to as earth. It can refer to as cow. It can also refer to senses. Earth means, the one who comes to this earth, like who descends to this earth to give the pleasure to all of us is called Govinda. Or Govinda is, cow. His favorite is cow, right? Okay, so he takes care of cow. So Govinda. So Go also means, it is also known as Vedas. One who knows Vedas incomplete is also called Govinda. Govinda again has many other meanings, like Govinda means light, sun rays, one who gives, because without Krishna you can't even see. Even though if you have eyes, if you are blind, you can't see. So unless you have the light, right? So Krishna, he gives the light to the eyes. So one who gives light to the eyes is like a sun rays, is called Govinda. So Govinda is also means, in one of the Vedas it is said, Govinda also means arrow. One who uses the arrow to kill the evil, like in case of Ravana, right? Lord Rama used arrow. So he's called Govinda. So our objective, so in this context, it is said that, is referring Govinda because our objective should not be asking Krishna to give pleasure to our senses. Rather, if we serve Krishna, right? So that is our whole, the whole and sole objective of our life is to serve Krishna using all our senses. Then Krishna invariably gives pleasure to us. We also discussed this one in one of our sessions. We discussed this, right? Sarvopadi vinirmuktam. Do anyone remember this sloka? Sarvopadi vinirmuktam tatparatvena nirmalam rishikena rishikesha sevanam bhaktir iti uchyate. So the objective for us, or Arjuna in this context, is to give pleasure to Krishna's senses. Then automatically, invariably, our senses will also be under pleasure. So if we chant using our tongue, Krishna, 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 hey. So then tongue automatically becomes happier, right? If we hear Krishna Katha, our ears will become happy, right? If we see Krishna pastimes, then our eyes will become happy, right? If we smell the flower which is offered to Krishna, then our nose automatically will become happy. So that way, if we engage all our, bodily organs, sensory organs, then we'll definitely be happy. So that is what the context here. So he says, Arjuna also, instead of he pleasing his senses, he has to please Krishna's senses. So Arjuna is saying, Krishna, you are the master of all senses. He's referring as Govinda, you are the master of all senses. You know what is happening in my mind, right? So I am very confused now. So I am in this, he's not saying I'm in his attachment, but the symptoms what Arjuna has, it shows that he's in deep attachment towards the people. Instead of, he being a Kshatriya, he has to fight. That is why he came all the way he came. Till now he has been in that same mood. I want to fight and kill these Kauravas who are dishonest, who are adharmic. Then suddenly he is singing the whole different song. So here he's saying, Krishna, you are the master of all senses. You know what is happening in my mind. I don't have to tell all this because Krishna as Paramatma, he can understand. Or Krishna right there is there, so he can understand. So that is why he's repeating the same thing, that I'm not prepared to fight. I'm not prepared to fight because what pleasure will I get? So Arjuna is thinking about his own pleasure. He's not thinking about Krishna's pleasure, right? So he says that Yetanna hantum ichchami in this sloka. If you see the first, where is that? The third paragraph, it says Matula swasura pautras shyalaha sambandhinas tata Yetanna hantum ichchami. He says Yetanna hantum ichchami means I don't desire to fight. Instead, he says Gnatopi. Gnatopi means let them kill me, but I am not going to fight. So nobody is thinking, the opposite party, the whole Kaurava group, they are not thinking like that. They are not thinking that, oh, these are my people, Arjuna is my own brother, so I don't have to fight. No, they are not thinking like that. They're all ready to fight. They're, if given a chance, they can slay Arjuna or anybody. They're ready. But Arjuna is thinking like that because of attachment. He says, Gnatopi. I don't want to fight. Etanna hantam ichchami. I don't desire to fight, but instead, Gnatopi, let them kill me, but I'm not going to fight. He even says that, he goes to an extent saying that api trailokya rajyasya, he's not saying heto kimnu mahikrite. He's saying what to speak about winning this world, this particular earth. What to speak about winning this world? Even if I get the 3 worlds, even if I become the king of these 3 worlds by killing these own people, my own people, I don't want to fight and kill them. Now he's going to that such level of renunciate, right? I don't want to become just for this earth. I don't want, not talking about all the 3 worlds. I don't want any of those, even if I get those by killing these own people. So much logical understanding Arjuna is trying to give. So if one understands this, right? So they say, oh, Arjuna is so much renunciate, right? So this is good. Compassion is good, correct? But in this context, it is not good, because Arjuna is trying to please his own senses. Arjuna is not trying to please Krishna's senses. So that is why he is going in a wrong direction. And he is also referring Krishna as Janardana. That's another name, right? Another name for Krishna is Janardana and Madhusudana. Madhusudana, we also have same name in different words, right? Previously, we heard that. Madhusudana. Madhusudana means what? What is Madhusudana?
Killer of Madhu, demon Madhu.
Killer of demon. Right. And Janardana?
Maintainer of all living entities.
Yes. So Arjuna is referring, so that he is requesting Krishna, like how you killed the demon Madhu, even kill my thoughts, whatever feelings I have, whatever symptoms I am showing, please kill my thoughts. So you are the only person who can do that. I don't know why I am encountering all these now, but please help me. So that is indirect way, the implicit meaning of calling him as Madhusudana. Janardana, again, Janardana has 2 meanings. Jana means people, and Ardhana means protecting. As Mataji mentioned, the one who protects the people is called Janardana. There is another meaning also. Ardhana means killing. So one who kills. That means Arjuna is saying, Krishna, why did you get me here? Either to kill the people, or you want to protect them. I don't know. I don't understand. So please explain me. So that is why he is referring Krishna as Janardana. Okay. So let's see what Arjuna says again next in 1.36. So you have any questions before we proceed to the
So Janardana has 2 meanings. One is maintainer. The other one is a killer? No, I don't get it. The second one.
Second one, Ardhana. Ardhana means also killing. One who kills, right? So he is a protector, and also at the same time he'll kill the people who are adharmic. Right now, Krishna is using Arjuna as an instrument, right? It is not that Arjuna is killing. Arjuna is killing just the bodies. He is not killing the souls. But Krishna already, beginning of this war, Krishna just glanced all around the people and he already killed by his glance. Okay, because they're all adharmic. Adharmic means you have to slain. So that is what is called Ardhana, one who kills people all. One who protects dharma, adharma he'll kill.
Thank you.
Okay. So next 1.36. Prajna Mataji, you want to recite?
Yes, Prabhuji. Papameva shirasasman. Papam Advaitan Atananya. Tasmannarha vayam hantum.
Tasmannarha vayam hantum.
Dhritarashram sabandhavam. Svajanam hikatam hatva. Sukina Shama Madhava. Translation. Sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. Therefore, it's not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. What shall we gain, O Krishna, husband of the goddess of fortune? How could we ever be happy by killing our own kinsmen? Thank you, Babaji.
Yes, very nice. So this is another very important verse where he says, so he's saying that he's basically talking about the sinful reactions what Arjuna will incur by killing his own kinsman, right? Arjuna, who the same person who said initially that Durbuddhir Duryodhana, right? He said Durbuddhir, evil-minded people who wanted to support this Duryodhan. It's the same person who talked about Durbuddhir Duryodhan. Now he's singing a different song here. He's saying Swajana. They all belong to me, my kinsmen, right? So that is attachment again. They all belong to me. So how can I kill this, say, my own kinsmen? So this is the third reason why Arjuna, he does not want to fight. So initially he said that, he said compassion. And second, he said sinful happiness. How can I enjoy? And third, he's saying that by killing our own people, he encounters sinful reactions, right? He's telling Krishna that he'll incur sins by killing. Papam evashrayad asman. You know, I get sinful reactions for this, right? By killing own people. So at the same time, there is another very important word here. Hatvaitan atatayinaha. Hatvaitan atatayinaha means, atatayana means aggressor. So he's also referring that these people are aggressors. Okay, see, these people, by killing these own people who are aggressors, I will incur sins. So in purport, if we study, Srila Prabhupada says, according to Dharma Shastra, right? According to Dharma Shastra, atatayana means aggressors. As soon as you see aggressors, right, then immediately you can kill them. Immediately you can kill them without incurring any sins. And aggressors means he expands that. So in the Shastras it is expanded that the 6 category people are called aggressors. And if you kill these 6 category people, then you will definitely not incur any sins. And what are those 6 category people? It says, Atatayinam ayantam hanya devabi charayan. That means the meaning of that is capital punishment is a punishment for an atatayi. What is capital punishment? Killing, right? So when you kill these people, then you don't incur any sins. What are those? A poison giver. One who gives poison to you, you can kill them and you don't incur any sins. So the same thing happened with the Kauravas also, right? Kauravas, what did they do? This Duryodhan, he gave poison to Bhima when he was young, right? In these laddus he gave, and then he made Bhima to eat. And then when Bhima became unconscious, then he tied a stone and then threw him into the waters, right? Then Bhima went under the water, and then all that story, you know, the snake started biting him, and then nothing happened. Then they took Bhima to the Nagaraj there, and then Nagaraj realized that he's son of Kunti. Then they gave him the boon, right? You can drink, you can dip into the pond, and you can get 10,000 elephants energy, strength, right? So the baseline is even Duryodhan, he poisoned Bhima. So that kind of people you can kill. So there won't be any sinful reactions. So the other category is one who sets fire to your house. One who sets fire to your house, you can kill them. So in case of Kauravas, can you give one example where they set fire to the house? Kauravas?
Lakshagra.
Varnavrat. At Varnavrat.
Yes, Lakshagraha. So they set fire. Now they wanted to kill the Pandavas, right? But somehow, with the help of who helped them to escape?
Krishna. Okay. No. Vidura.
Vidura helped them to escape.
By.
So the thing is, they set the fire to the house. So those category people you can kill without any sinful reaction. And the third category is one who attacks with a deadly weapon, right? So actually this even in our Indian penal code, it is allowed. So one who tries to kill you with deadly weapon, you are allowed to defend yourself. When you are defending, you can kill them. Okay, so there is no punishment for that. Okay, so here in case of Kauravas, they did even this. They attacked with deadly weapon when they were, then when the Pandavas were in exile, right? When they were in exile, they didn't have any weapons and they wanted to kill actually Pandavas. But Vedavyas somehow came to know, Vedavyas said, if you do this, then I'm going to curse you. That is why, you know, Duryodhan respected actually sage. So he didn't wanted to do that activity, but he wanted to kill them. And then the fourth category is one who plunders riches, right? So did Kauravas plunder the riches of Pandavas?
Mhm.
In what case?
He plundered
Dice.
Yes, dice game.
Dice game.
Yeah, it was not a straight game, right? It was a cheating game, because normally when there is a fight, whether it's a dice or anything, it is two parties. Now in case of here gambling, who played the dice? Shakuni played the dice. He was not supposed to play because Shakuni didn't put his wealth for the battle, right? For the game. Who put his wealth? Duryodhan put, but Shakuni played the dice. That's a cheating, because Yudhishthir questioned this. How can Shakuni play the dice? It's supposed to be Duryodhan who is playing the dice. But they said, oh, if you're afraid of playing with us, you can leave. Then Yudhishthir looked upon this Dhritarashtra, seeing if Dhritarashtra can comment on this. Nobody commented. Even the Bhishma Pitamaha, they didn't comment. Dronacharya didn't comment. So that's why they continued the game and they lost. So in a cheating way, they took away all the wealth of Pandavas. So this is another category. One who plunders the riches, then they can be killed. And the fifth category is one who occupies another's land. Right? In this case, Kauravas, they occupied in the Hastinapur, right? They didn't want to give even the 5 cities. They didn't even wanted to give one piece of land where even the pin size, right? So that is what they said. They occupied the land, Hastinapur, and they occupied Indraprastha.
Tip of a needle. Give a tip of a needle. He said, I won't give even the area that would fit tip of a needle.
Correct. So they occupied Pandavas' land actually, Hastinapur, Indraprastha. So they did even this aggression, the fifth category. And the sixth category is one who kidnaps a wife, right? Kidnapping a wife is a blunder. Another's wife is blunder. So dragging Draupadi into the palace to disrobe her, that is like a kidnapping, because they humiliated Draupadi. They dragged her. It is like kidnapping from a private place. They dragged her into the palace in her cloth, however she was. So that is like a kidnapping. So they did all these six most demeaning activity, right? So these 6 category aggressors, says that Shastra says that you can kill them. The capital punishment can be given. Like for example, in Ramayana, Sita was kidnapped, right? Ravana was killed. So anybody who kidnaps a wife, same thing happened with Wali, right? Wali asked Lord Rama, why you hid behind the trees and you killed me, right? You could have come in front. So Rama explained that you kidnapped Sugriva's wife and you were enjoying. That is wrong. So you are entitled to be killed. So Rama gave that answer. So Arjuna, here he is confused, right? Arjuna knew Kauravas did all these kind of aggressive activities. Still Arjuna is saying, because his attachment and is confused that these people are aggressors. At the same time, these are my own people. So how can I kill them? Even though he's considering them as aggressors, still because of attachment, he's giving reasons not to fight, not to kill these people. Okay. So but the idea is that killing these kind of aggressors does not incur sins. So here he is referring Krishna as Madhava. Madhava means, we know what is Madhava, right? What is Madhava?
Husband of
Husband of Lakshmi. So actually, Arjuna is taunting Krishna here. He's saying that you are the husband of Lakshmi. So you may always be with wealth, but I don't need this wealth. I don't need this earth. I don't need this, all the three worlds. I don't need anything. I cannot fight on my own people. Doesn't mean they're whatever, even if they are aggressors, I don't. Because Arjuna knows Dharma Shastra, right? He went through all Shastras. He's Pandita actually. He knows all that. Dharma Shastra says that his aggressors can be killed, but still under attachment, that is what he is not making the right decision. So he doesn't see any fault in them, even though they are aggressors. So he's very confused here. So he cannot think properly. So unless we set this goal, proper goal, we cannot think. So our main goal, we should set properly, right? If our goal is to obtain the Supreme Personality of Godhead, so it is said that we, independent soul, we always should not fall under the material whole. We should attain the Supreme Soul. Can you remember this? We as an independent soul, we should not fall under material whole, should always remember the whole, W-H-O-L-E, the Supreme Soul. Okay? Yeah, so that is what it is. In this verse, Arjuna is exhibiting all saintly characters, right? Saintly characters means giving up this world, three worlds, giving up throne, giving up wealth. I don't need anything. I can give up everything in order to not to fight. So he's showing all saintly characters, but it is not saintly characters. It is a cowardliness. It is not saintly character because he's a Kshatriya. He's supposed to fight. So that we will go through next verse. What's the time now? 8:52. So we will end here.
one small question, Professor.
Yes.
See, the translation says, sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. But in the purport, we are saying that we can kill them. So is that why Arjuna is, though he knows, he's saying that it will be a sin if we kill these aggressors? Is that what he meant?
That is what it is. That is because of attachment, moha. Because of moha, he cannot think properly. He's just thinking like a straight mundane person thinks, right? Mundane person thinks, these are my people, I cannot kill. These are my brothers, how would I kill? This is my teacher who taught me everything. How can I kill my own teacher, right? But they are aggressors. Shastra says you can kill them. Arjuna also know, but at this time, it is covered. His knowledge is covered by moha. So that is why he's saying, sins will occur. He's trying to explain it to Krishna. Krishna is just listening. Internally is laughing actually Krishna, but he's just listening silently. Okay, the time will come when he really takes him away from this moha. Okay. Got it, Mataji?
Yes, Professor. Thank you.
So we'll take some questions, concerns, suggestions, complaints here, or and also we'll go over some reflections. If you have, you can share, please. So do you have any questions?
Murali Prabhu, Muktasanga Prabhu. I mean, since Arjuna is a friend of Krishna, don't you think he would have realized that all these things he knows about the Shastras too, even before Sri Krishna speaks to him, he knows about the consequences of all the things that Kauravas, have done for them. So don't you think, I mean, it is just a matter of, I know Krishna is going to explain to him, enlighten him on the path of realization, but still he knows what is dharma and adharma. So I don't understand why he is vacillating about his decision as the duty of a Kshatriya not to fight. He knows the Shastra. So when somebody kidnaps the wife or, does horrible injustice to another human being or the whole family, it is understood from the Shastra, there is no escape from that. They are going to be punished no matter what, right? So how can Arjuna be so vacillating? I mean, it's like, it's like, he's stunned not to fight. I don't get it. I mean, it's very difficult to, for me. I mean, thinking about Arjuna being in the front of Krishna and knowing all the Shastras, he's a warrior. Not only that, he knows Shastras too. How can you not think about his position as a warrior? His first duty as a military man is to fight. And how can he give in to all this, all these activities?
Wonderful question, Mataji. So just think like this, okay? If he had all that knowledge, correct? He definitely has that knowledge because he is very dear to Krishna, and he learned Shastras from great teachers. Now, great teachers not just teach how to fight. Dhanurvedam, all that he learned, that is just part of all the Vedas, right? When we say Maharati, they are good in all kinds of Shastras, not just fighting. Dharma Shastra, Kama Shastra, Artha Shastra, they are expert in all of those. Maharathis especially. And same with Arjuna also, he is expert in all of them. But think like this, if Arjuna would not express, or if he would not have been in this condition, right? Would you have got chance to hear Bhagavad Gita?
So what you are saying is actually Krishna put him on the spot, exactly, so that he will lose the steadiness or balance of his mind, so he can bring this Bhagavad Gita, he can explain things to him.
Krishna used Arjuna as an instrument to teach Bhagavad Gita, which was lost for many thousands and thousands of years. It was lost. Okay, that is explained in Bhagavad Gita itself in later chapters. So Krishna used Arjuna as an instrument. So Arjuna is our representative, and this is our day-to-day conditioning of our life. Okay, Arjuna is just representing us, and Krishna used Arjuna as an instrument to teach us Bhagavad Gita. Okay, it is not Arjuna doesn't know, but in any situations we encounter in our life, we also get completely devastated, completely confused like Arjuna, right? So to explain all that to us, Krishna is using Arjuna, who is very dear to Krishna as a friend. He's putting Arjuna in that condition, and then he explains to us. Okay, so he's using Arjuna as an instrument, because Arjuna represents us.
Okay, no matter what, so we will find a solution. Whatever the day-to-day materialistic things go on in our life, so we will conquer, we are supposed to conquer that.
Right now, Arjuna is completely in moha garbita daya, moha garbita, everything. Compassion, what he's showing is based on moha, attachment, right? He's not showing the real compassion. If he had shown the real compassion, then he should have shown compassion to all the people, not just his teachers, just his fathers, just his brothers. He should have shown compassion to all Akshoini Senas, 11 Akshoini Senas, right? Kaurava side. He didn't show that. He only explained, my teacher, my brothers, my. He did that. He didn't say all 11 Akshoni Senas, I don't want to. No, he didn't say that. So that is what Krishna didn't like. Krishna didn't like that. Had he said that, okay, all are my people, I don't want to fight anything, I can give up, Krishna would have been okay. But he didn't say that. He always referred to my, me, mine, which is our natural tendency, right? So that is why we are in the place of Arjuna, as a representative. So Krishna used that to explain Bhagavad Gita.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else? No questions?
Prabhuji, what you were saying, that one slogan, like whole and that one, can you repeat? I want to write that.
Which one, Prabhu?
You were saying that as a whole, and then something like that, right? So.
That is not sloka. I'm just explaining we as an independent soul, our
Yeah.
goal, we as an independent soul, our goal should not fall under the material whole. Rather, we should get attached to the whole, which is WHOLE, who is the supreme soul. Just tongue twisting.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, please, once more, Prabhuji. We as an independent soul,
We as an independent soul, our goal should be
our goal should be
not to fall under material whole, HOLE, rather get attached to, or rather
Remember the whole.
remember the whole,
That is
WHOLE,
supreme.
who is the supreme soul.
Okay.
Just to remember, that's not, there is no sloka for this.
Yeah.
Got it, Prabhuji.
So this is just to tell what should be our goal. That's all.
Yeah. But it is very good, Prabhuji.
Very good.
And you said another verse, Prabhu, Sarabhadi Davinaya Yukta something. I wrote a little bit in Sanskrit that I forgot that other things.
Which one for this aggressor?
Bhakti iti something you said.
Oh, Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam. This is in Chaitanya Charitamritam.
Yeah.
Verse?
Madhya Leela 19.17, 170. Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam Tat Paratvena Nirmalam Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhaktir iti uchyate. So what the explanation of Bhakti? So Bhakti is Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam. You have to give up all kinds of material Upadi. Upadi means designations. All kinds of material designations you have to give up. Vinirmuktam tat paratvena nirmalam rishikena rishikesha sevanam. So you have to serve Rishikesha, senses of Rishikesha. Who is Rishikesha? Krishna, master of all the senses.
Okay, so Madhya Leela 19.9.
19.170.
170?
Okay.
All right. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela.
CC.
Okay.
Okay, anyone else wants to share anything of today's class or previous sessions or your reflections, how you want to, or how we have implemented whatever we have learned till now? Shravanti Mataji, it's been a while hearing from you. Suhrat Prabhu. You heard?
I don't know whether they are there.
Yes, Mataji. Surat is looking good. Your telek is very good.
He had a question, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
But he's hesitating to ask that.
Yes, go ahead, Prabhu. He always has wonderful questions.
Don't be shy.
He was asking about you had given an example for one kidnapped wife.
I can't hear.
Can you hear, Prabhuji?
Yeah, I can hear, but there's little bit noise in between.
Really? Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, okay. Please go ahead.
You had given an example for one who kidnaps a wife. About Vali story, Prabhu. So he was asking like, who is that? And
Vali and Sugriva.
Sugriva story, yes.
Yes. Can somebody explain Vali and Sugriva story?
In Ramayana, Vali and Sugriva are brothers, and to tell Sugrit, we have to tell a little bit in detail.
No, actually,
I know the story.
He wants the wife name, Prabhuji.
Oh, wife name, wife of Sugriva.
Yes, Prabhuji.
I don't remember, Mataji. Anybody else can tell?
Yes,
I
difficult
think
question.
it was Tara.
I don't know.
That's what I can recollect. I think it was Tara.
Yeah, I think, yeah, probably it is. Yeah, I remember that too.
Prabhuji, in Google I'm seeing it says Tara. Tara
Yeah,
is the
yeah, I
queen of
remember that.
Kishkinda, wife of King Vali. He is the king of Vanaras.
Wife of Wali or wife of Sugriv?
I thought he asked wife of Vali, right?
No, wife of Sugriv. Wali kidnapped Sugriv's wife.
Oh, Sugriva's wife.
That is why Wali will be killed by Lord Ram.
Even again.
Prabhuji, I have another question also.
Yes, Ruma. They say Ruma. Ruma is wife of Sugriv.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Thank you, Prabhuji. I have another question also.
Yes, go ahead, Prabhu.
You said Vali addressed Ram. Why did you kill me? And then Ram. Where was that place that Vali say that?
This comes in Kishkinda Kanda. So, yeah, that's a good question. Anyone knows which place?
We have to Google it.
Can you repeat the question, Surya?
His question is in which place Wali was killed by Lord Ram?
Oh, okay.
He has very tough questions.
Yes, my God.
It was Kiskinda, Prabhuji, Kiskinda Naresh. He was.
Kishkinda, I know, but where was he killed? That's the question of Surat.
Okay.
So I can let you know next week, Prabhu. It's a very tough question.
Yeah, you start searching for it too.
Yeah.
He's asking us questions that we only don't know the answers of. That means you are advancing very, 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 very much in Krishna consciousness.
Thank you. You are making study properly.
You are going to give me lectures anyway.
Little Prabhu failing everybody in the examination. We are losing right now.
He's going to give me all the Sanskrit
Yeah,
verses.
you give us zero, Prabhu.
Very nice. Thank you for making us read properly. So
yes,
it is an online vedabase.io. You can read Ramayana.
Okay.
It has everything.
Okay.
We will read. We will read ourselves also. We need to know that.
Thank you, sweetie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very much. Great.
Anyone else?
Prabhuji, online it says that Sugriva goes to Rishyamukh, as that's the only place on earth that Vali cannot tread.
Oh.
Because Vali was previously cursed by sage Matanga and hence cannot lay a foot on this piece of land. Doing so would cause death. And Kishkinda is like Pampasaras, which is
I would recommend instead of Googling.
That's what I don't know, bro. I'm just reading.
Yeah, so Ramayana. We'll read Ramayana. From our vedabase.io. So that's
near Hampi.
Yes?
Me and my mom will start Ramayana.
Oh, wonderful. So you'll have to share much information from next week onwards, okay?
Yes.
Okay, Prabhuji.
We can ask questions to
Yeah, we can ask. Thank you. So anyone else?
It's good. It keeps you on your toes.
Yeah, okay. So if no one has anything, then we can end this call. Is that okay?
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna,
Thank you.
Prabhuji.
I would request, now the video will be uploaded on YouTube channel, so please go through that. So next week review, you all should be very conversant with what we discussed. Okay, so please go through that.
Yeah.
So next week we will discuss sloka 1.37 to 38.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Very much for attending tomorrow.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Same credentials. Adigadadar Prabhu's class. So I offer my humble obeisances to all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord, what just desires. We shall fulfill all desires and are full of compassion to the fallen conditioned souls.
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, कीर्तन की जय, समवेत भक्त गौर प्रेमानंदी।
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Prabhu.
Thank you, everybody.
Prabhu.
Thank you.